What's up guys, it's Airman George here. Welcome to my first ever video on this channel, hopefully the first of many more. Today I'm going to be talking about the Dlab. Now the Dlab stands for the Defense Language Aptitude Battery, and it's a test designed to gauge your ability to learn a foreign language. They give you this made-up language called Esperanto, and they give you various sentences in English that you have to then figure out what they translate to in Esperanto. There's 4 parts to the Dlab, which I'm going to go over in a second, but they all consist of seeing a sentence in English, following the English grammar rules the test gives you, then hearing the 4 choices that you'll only be able to hear once. So if you don't know the answer after hearing it the first time, just guess as best as you can because the test is timed. So just move on to the next one. Now the score required to pass the Dlab depends on your military branch. I'm going to the Air Force and they require a score of 110. Other branches only require like a 95 or 100. I'm not sure, but if you look it up, you'll be able to find out. Luckily for me, I passed the Dlab with a 114. Not bad at all. I'm definitely proud of myself. This test was one of the most difficult tests I've ever taken in my life. But with that said, there are some things you can do to prepare and study for this test. And I'm going to give you some tips that helped me and hopefully they'll help you too. The first thing you're going to want to do is buy the Dlab study guide by Ron Cunnings. It's only $10 on Amazon Kindle. It has all the rules you're going to need as well as some practice questions for each section. All the rules are the same in the study guide as they are on the test. I definitely found it helpful to know the rules beforehand because honestly it's one less thing you have to worry about. There's 9 rules in total, and there's going to be a point in the test where they ask you to apply all 9 rules. You don't necessarily need to memorize them because you can reference them during the test, but at least be familiar with the rules and how they apply. The only negative I'll say about the study guide is that there isn't an audio portion to the study guide, and most of the questions that you're gonna get on the test are audio-based questions where you have to pick which of the 4 audio choices are correct. But other than that, the study guide is pretty damn helpful. My second tip will be to study your English grammar. Know what an adjective is, know what a noun is, verb, direct object, indirect object. These are what the rules consist of. Rules like noun precedes the adjective, the subject always ends in an A sound, there are no articles in a sentence, the possessor comes after the possession, rules like that. So if you don't know your grammar, you don't have a shot in hell in passing this test. So make sure you know your grammar. My third tip is pretty easy because if you're watching this video, you're already doing it. Watch as many Dlab videos as you can. YouTube Esperanto to get familiar with the language. Watch other Dlab videos. Do as much research as you can. I watched a Dlab video on my way to MEPS just for some positive reinforcement, and it definitely helped me. I don't think I would have passed the Dlab without knowing what to look for. Another tip I have is just point blank, do not give up. Trust me, midway through this hour-long test, you're gonna think you failed, and that's okay. Just don't give up assuming that you're failing. The test is basically designed to make you feel that way, so don't lose your cool, stay focused. Looking back, I definitely could have been more focused. There was a point during the test where I literally assumed I failed, so I just guessed like 3 straight questions without really focusing on the answers. Don't do that, because even though I was fortunate enough to pass, I was only a few wrong questions away from singing a different tune, and it would have sucked if I had to look back with regret knowing I left a few questions on the table. The last section of the test is definitely going to make you want to quit. They give you like 4 pictures on a vertical line, then like 2 to 3 pictures horizontally, and it's your mission to see how the pictures on the side match up with the pictures on top. So just choose the best option on what you think the picture is supposed to mean. Once you buy the study guide by Ron Cunnings, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So just breathe, relax, and just focus on every question. It might be the difference between passing and failing. My last tip for you guys is gonna be, do not stress. Whatever is meant to be will be. If you happen to not pass, just take it as a sign that being a cryptolinguist is not meant for you. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with that. Don't worry whether you pass or not. Just do your best and have a few backup jobs lined up. If I would have failed, I had no problem being a contractor or going into computer systems, and I would have been fine with any of those jobs. There's plenty of other good jobs in the Air Force. The washout rate for being a cryptolinguist is pretty high, so you'd rather find out sooner that being a linguist isn't for you than rather find out later and washing out. So yeah, those are my tips to pass the Dlab. Let me know in the comments below what you scored on the Dlab. Maybe I'll see some of you guys in Monterey, California at the Defense Language Institute. I, for one, cannot wait to get my career started. Also, if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to my channel. I'm technically not in the Air Force yet, as you probably can tell by this beard I'm sporting, but I plan on documenting my journey in the Air Force every step of the way, starting with this video. Until next time, guys. Godspeed.